Hello! Welcome back to War 4, I think. Against Slice and Gaming today, in what is our first real challenge of the season, I think. Wife is away with the kids for the weekend, which means I don't have to record this from the safety of my bathroom with the extractor fan off. We've got Bastion back again today to show that he's actually crap. Dazzler nukes some things, and Shuri slow, safe, and steady. We've got 7 fights today, so it's also my biggest war of the season. We're going into Path 2 today, then Path 7, and then we've got 3 minis in Killmonger on 38, Attuma on 40, and then Onslaught on 47 to ruin my day. Did this all on my night shift last night. Start off with got Manthing here with Bastion. I was a little bit sceptical here, kept suicides off for all my fights until the last, which we'll get to. I was a little bit sceptical of this fight. I knew that I'd give him lots of power. As long as I play the node and don't repeat any hits, I won't get placebos on myself. But because I've got regen buffs myself, and obviously the pustules from him, I'll still be fueling MD. Obviously poison isn't an issue for me. I went in with Invuln Boost and Special 3 Protection, just with the expectation of eating a couple of SP3s. So let's see how we go. I was really struggling to parry here as well. I don't really know why, but whatever, it's all good. We're going to just do our usual rotation, which is Special 2 into Heavy into Special 1. And that's most of the fight. This is a rank 3. He's quite, for a path fight as well, he's got over 500k health. So he's a big tanky fucker. I mean, big tanky bastard. That's fine. The annoying thing about obviously having armor breaks on me is that being a robot, I can't willpower heal from them. So, but that's alright. Special 1, like, absolutely wallops him down. It's just going to take another... not even a full rotation. I can't remember how we finish him off, to be honest. But I was also almost disappointed the fact that I didn't eat a single Special 3. So that's cool. Yeah, very easy fight. Far easier than I expected it to be. Didn't expect it to be difficult, but, you know, I expected a bit more faffing. We can move to node 11 now, where Kraven is, and it's our first Dazzler fight. There's strike counter and amplify here. I didn't really care about this. I sort of played around it a little bit to start with, but other than that, my aim was to push him to Special 2s anyway, so the amplify would have only just been helpful. I haven't used Dazzler for a few wars. She's mostly banned these days, but she really does hit very, very hard. So again, we're going to just get to our 10 hits, fire L1, which we have. Don't mind being rooted. I'll just, you know, survive it. And now we're going to be putting down some big burst damage. Get back to L2 after probably being rooted again shortly. Just need to be careful here. I didn't want him to throw L1. I mean, it's not the end of the world if he did. It's just a bit annoying because I'd have to play around it, and I wasn't in a position to fire L2 yet, and I didn't want to waste another L1. L2's ready and ramped, and yeah, a huge 80k crit at the very end wipes him off the face of the earth. So we move to section 2 here. Red Skull, we've seen how easy he is with Shuri already. Certainly didn't need my fight last war to prove that. Shuri's obviously non-contact, so no thorns damage. I didn't have wags though, which meant that I couldn't parry him, so I had to sort of just take hits on the block to build my charges that way and then hit him. No parry stuns. I also couldn't use my relic. As much as I really wanted to, it places the shock vulnerability debuff. I had to double check that. And obviously that would give him unblockable on this node, and I didn't want that either. So we just went in with a combat regen boost here to keep me topped up. It's a very easy fight, it's just quite slow. So, whereas last war I was able to punish his heavies, well, his special ones, just by parrying him and hitting him whilst stunned, that's not an option this time. So we're just throwing a heavy, converting my shocks. It's a slow fight. I really am going to rank 3 Shuri at some point soon. It wouldn't have made a difference to this fight though, because her damage just ramps up the longer you're in, so it wouldn't really have changed matters, to be honest. It's not like I'd have been putting much bigger damage down to start with. It's a slow builder. That's all good. So we're playing around his auto block timer nicely. Everything's working out well. Very, very easy fight. Running out of things to talk about through boredom of this fight, but yeah, very, very easy stuff. Probably should have just fast forwarded this bit. I could pause it now and sort of split things and speed up the rest of the fight, but I can't be bothered. Sorry. I know you all like to spend as much time as you can watching my fights. Slowly cooking down. We are almost there now, I promise. I was almost tempted to throw Relic here, but just in the case something could go wrong, I decided to behave myself. So he is done, and we can move on to Okoye, who's on node 34. This is a really shite placement for her because she doesn't purify, she doesn't cleanse, and therefore the fatigues that I will be placing on her aren't going to be a problem. She's not going to gain any increased power rate, so it's a case of just bait specials and punish them and nuke her down with Dazzler. My combat regen whatever it's called, boost is still active, and that's all the girl needs. Dazzler is a great champ. It's just a shame she reminds me so much of Mariah Carey. And that is annoying. But yeah, we are cooking, as the kids say, making very good use of my unblockable that I get from Tactic. Big L2 and Okoye's kaput. It's really, really satisfying. And we can move on. We've got coming to our last Dazzler fight now, where we've got Killmonger here on 38. Again, there's no wags. I don't really need it. I don't care about reverb. In fact, the more reverb, the better for as far as Dazzler's concerned. Just means more damage to reflect back. Wasted an invulnerability boost here. Realised I still had my 150 active. Didn't bother to upgrade to 200. Didn't really matter. I feel like Kabam need to sort those boosts out, as they've already nerfed the power back, so the difference between 150 and 200 is negligible. Punish his specials with a heavy, which gives me the knockdown, and also the unblockable, which I kind of forgot about that I'd get in this fight, which is really nice because he obviously gets unstoppable after his L1, so unblockable openings help that. Bastard evaded me and I evaded him back. That was quite satisfying, to be honest. The end of this fight really, really satisfies me. This was very easy, but it went far quicker than I expected. Protection's back up, so we relic into heavy for knockdown. Unblockable was just about still active, and look at that. That was gorgeous. 102k crit at the end, plus the other crits of the special and all burst damage. He stood no chance. So now we've got Attuma here on node 40. I've got a Wags pre-fight as well. I did consider using Dazzler. I'm assigned, obviously, Shuri. I wanted to use Dazzler because, you know, she's a rank up. She's tactic, burst damage, so reflects of thorns damage. But Shuri is much slower, but very safe, and also just deals with his hydration super easily. There's Mixmaster here, so I'm just, you know, with the first special because I wanted to give him a chance. And yeah, just be careful of my combos. Sort of windows like this were a bit annoying because, you know, Dazzler has Pursuit and I probably could have shut down his evade a little bit. But it's all good. Again, a bit like the Red Skull fight, it's just slow, steady, very, very safe and easy. And here I could use my relics, which gave me another opening, so that was nice. And we're just watching him slowly melt. So by the time this was going, like, you know, I knew this was going swimmingly. I've got my final Onslaught fight coming up. I was, you know, I've nuked everything. I can't really say nuked with Shuri, but very, very easily. I was full of confidence. Felt like I was on a roll. I was still sort of bushy-tailed from last war. So, you know, I was very optimistic about my next fight. I'm just filling time because this is almost as slow as the Red Skull fight. There we go. Maybe I've been in 4 Loki too long already. Trevor will appreciate that joke. So we come to Onslaught here. I put suicides on. We're already badly losing the war. I wasn't being complacent, but I probably should have knocked down recoils back to 1 point rather than kept them at max. But yeah, it's a tricky node. There's a lot going on in this fight, a lot going on the node, and to be honest, I played this very, very wrongly. Maybe a little bit overconfident. I wasn't purposely being sloppy, but yeah, we went just for our normal approach to the fight, going for normal rotation here. And I just missed the SB1 deck, so that wastes my indestructible to start with. And now he's got unstoppable, so my heavy failed, and we are faltered in a second. So we're fighting a losing battle so far. All is not lost. I wasn't too worried at this point. The Special 2 does far more damage than I think I've ever seen Bastion's Special 2 do so far. We're not going to screw up the L1 decks this time. But now he gets unstoppable, which maybe I was going robot fashion into the heavy into L1, which would have cleaned him out there. And obviously all went into block because of his unstoppable. Max recoil again. And yeah, we're in trouble now. Unfortunately, I had too much power there. Missed the parry, don't know what happened there, and he had lots of furies and the heavy finished me off. Yeah, so just everything went wrong in that fight. So we healed back up. We just go back into it here, just to finish things off. Yeah, really, really poor. I was really annoyed at myself just because too many mistakes, and just maybe Bastion isn't the best for this node just because expiring buffs, there's lots of decks, and just going to be triggering lots of stupidness. Bastion's probably still perfect for it, to be honest. I was just looking for excuses. Too many mistakes cost me there, which was a shame because it had been a very solid war, which is now at an end for me. And yeah, never mind. We move on. We are getting absolutely trashed today, sadly. It is what it is. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!